the windows in the morning stretch,
Yeah.
but by the afternoon a bit different.
Yeah, pretty much just open all of the windows again in your car and also in your home to let in all that cool air, and then just shut them tight once the sun starts to rise and heats up everything, including your homes. All right, 6:01 is the time. Let's go ahead and start things off. Hopefully these cars have a break from using the AC. It is quite comfortable out. This is the 5 in both directions as you make your way in from National City. Meanwhile, this is what it looks like as you make your way northbound, headed in from the South Bay, and you could actually notice that things are starting to pick up slowly but surely as you make your way northbound out of the South Bay. All right, I want to give you a quick heads up. If you're headed in from Chula Vista and you use the 805 northbound approaching Plaza Boulevard, we are looking at a stalled car blocking the carpool lane, and this is in National City. Again, as you make your way past Sweetwater Road and head towards Plaza, eventually towards the 94. So look out for that. All right, back to you guys. The morning commute, you likely don't have to crank the ACs. It's likely a completely different story for the evening commute. Let's go ahead and settle in out of the South Bay. This is a live look from our cam on the 5. This is a southbound drive. Right side of your screen is a northbound drive as you make your way on 28th. And this is also the 5, but this is a little more in Chula Vista as you approach the 54 connector coming in from East Street. And this is up in the North County. This is the 15 southbound as you make your way in from Felicita, Citricato southbound towards Rancho Penasquitos and Rancho Bernardo. All right, heads up, we have a stalled car blocking the carpool lane in the National City area. This is on the 805 north as you approach Plaza Boulevard. Could cause a little slowing, but as of right now, it looks like we're at steady speeds as you head northbound coming in from the South Bay, headed towards City Heights. A little bit of brake tapping is what we're tracking on the 5, meanwhile, coming in from National City as you pass Division, headed towards the 15 and Coronado Bridge off ramps. All right, 10 to 15 minutes is what we're looking at to get you northbound in from Chula Vista National City this morning. If you're traveling across the Coronado Bridge to get onto Coronado, about 10 minutes and 3 to 7 minutes coming in from the East County on the 94, the 8, as well as the 52. All right, 6:11 is the time. Let's go ahead and pull up those border wait times and see what we're tracking in terms of crossing over. San Isidro's port of entry about an hour 25 to get you inbound, and then if you're crossing in from Otay Mesa's port of entry, about an hour 15 at last check. Back to you.
But
yeah,
even overnight lows are kind of warm.
Yeah, they are. I did walk Charlie, though. Charlie got a walk yesterday, but it wasn't until like 6 or 7, which was great. It was right before sunset, and it was a lot cooler than earlier in the day. So, yeah, that's my tip for you this morning. 6:21 is the time. Let's go ahead and see what's happening on our freeways. We're tracking a crash coming in from the El Cajon area. In fact, it's causing slowing on the 8 as you make your way westbound past the 67 towards El Cajon coming in from Granite Hills, and it's also blocking the fast lane, so look out for that. We have another stalled car. This is blocking the carpool lane in National City on the 805. This is as you approach Plaza Boulevard coming in from Chula Vista. We're seeing plenty of slow drives. In fact, this is what it looks like on the 5. This is northbound coming in from East Street as you make your way towards the 54. In fact, this is the off ramp to get to that 54 split. And we're also seeing some good amount of congestion on the 805. This is northbound passing Home Avenue as you make your way towards the 15 connector. So a good amount of slowing coming in from the South Bay. Speeds aren't too bad quite yet, anywhere between 12 to 17 minutes on both the 5 and the 805. Crossing the bridge to get into Coronado, about 12 minutes or so, 3 to 8 minutes, still steady speeds coming in from the East County. And here's what it looks like coming in from the North County. 11 minutes, a pair of 11s on 5 and the 15, and then about 15 full span of the 78 in from the 15 towards the 5. Back to you guys. A couple of crashes that we're tracking this St. Patty's Day morning. We have a crash in the left lane out in El Cajon. This is on the 8 west as you approach Main Street coming in from the 67. We are looking at slow speeds through that area, so you could alternatively opt for the 67 north, hop on the 125. It's a small stretch of slowing right now. They should have that cleared soon, but again, if you want to avoid that slowdown, speeds about 10-20 miles per hour, you can opt for the 67 north towards Santee and take some alternate routes that way. We're starting to see a good amount of slowing coming in from the South Bay, both on the 5 and the 805, and this isn't helping. We have a stalled car blocking the carpool lane on the 805 north right as you approach approach Plaza. All right, when I say slowing, this is what I'm talking about. This is the 8 or the 5 rather, as you make your way northbound coming in from East Street, headed towards the 54. And then this is what it looks like as you make your way in from Chula Vista, headed north towards National City, coming in from Home Avenue. A lot of congestion as you make your way towards the 15 connector. All right, 12 to 21 minutes. We've officially transitioned from the green to the yellow, meaning that we're starting to tap the brakes a lot more, but nothing too bad. At least we're not in the red, anywhere between 47 to 50 mile per hour speeds at last check. Back to you guys. So it looks like it's right on the 8 as you approach Main Street. So right now speeds down to about 7 miles per hour, and we're starting to see that pocket of slowing grow. So you could exit the 8, get onto in the right lane in the Mission Valley area on the 15 as you approach Friars Road, and you could actually see it's causing a little bit of slowing as you make your way northbound passing the 8 freeway. All right, let's go ahead and give you a glimpse outside. This is one of our Caltrans cameras giving us a gorgeous shot. You can see downtown San Diego, top left of your screen there. And this is right at Old Town Avenue. So coming at your screen is the northbound drive as you exit downtown, headed towards Sunset Cliffs, Point Loma. And we are at a crawl in the South Bay. This is the 5 as you approach the 54 coming in from East Street. Speeds crawling at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. We're also seeing our fair share of slowing on the 805 North coming in from Home Avenue as you make your way up towards the 15. Travel times look like this. We are slow and go coming in from the South Bay, both on the 5 and the 805, about 15 to nearly 25 minutes for those drives headed in from the 94 as well as San Isidro. Here's what it looks like as you make your way westbound in from the East County, about 3 to 8 minutes. So under 10 minutes still, steady speeds as you make your way west coming in from Lemon Grove in the College neighborhood. And then this is what it looks like coming in from the North County. No major issues nor delays. Anywhere between 12 to about 16 minutes on the 5, the 15, as well as the 78 this morning. Back to you around 7:30 when it cooled off, or you can take them out right now while it's comfortable. But yeah, as Evan's been mentioning, early mornings or later in the evening once the sun goes down is ideal for those pets. All right, 6:50 is the time on your St. Patty's Day. Make sure you wear green. You don't want to get pinched. There are some people here not wearing green today. I'm not going to name names, but he's not even paying attention. Main Street actually runs parallel to the 8, so you can exit the freeway, get onto those surface streets to avoid that congestion. All right, let's go ahead and give you a live look outside. We got the trolley passing by. This is the 5 in both directions right at Old Town Avenue. Speeds are smooth there, not the case coming in from the South Bay. In fact, as the sun starts to light up the sky, you could actually see a clear view of the congestion as you make your way northbound coming in from Chula Vista this morning. All right, back to you guys.
Tuesday for now, but changes.
Right. The drive's not nearly as brutal as the forecast. I'll go ahead and put it that way. We are tracking still some slowing despite a crash earlier on the 8 right at Main Street. The crash has cleared. Unfortunately, the slowing has not. Right now, speed's still down to about 10, 15 miles per hour. So earlier, I suggested that you could opt for Main Street to get around this. It runs parallel to the 8. And it looks like the Main Street, again, that surface street is in pretty good shape as far as speeds go. So yeah, you could easily exit the freeway and opt for that route. Meanwhile, speaking of the 8, let's go ahead and give you a live look. This is right at Lake Murray. In fact, this is as you make your way westbound as you head towards the College neighborhood, inbound from Grossmont and La Mesa. We are still tracking pretty nice drives on the 8 coming in from the College area to the 805. 3 minutes, under 5 minutes for you at steady speeds. About 10 to 12 minutes right now westbound in from Lemon Grove as well as Santee. Santee is usually pretty worse than this, and it looks like it's not too bad this morning. We are all in the green just for St. Patty's as you make your way southbound from Oceanside and Escondido. 78 west coming in from the 15 to the 5 will take you under 20 minutes. Speeds about 55 miles per hour. So, Netta. This is the 8 in both directions right at Lake Murray as you make your way inbound from the Grossmont Center, La Mesa area. We're at a crawl in the 5. This is usual for this time of day, though. We're typically seeing 5 to 10 mile per hour speeds coming in from Chula Vista as you make your way on the 5 north headed towards the mile of cars. And this is the 805 in both directions. So what you're looking at is a drive just south. Slowing coming in from Telegraph Canyon, 8th Street, but this is going to plug things up even more right before you get to the 54 due to a crash that we're tracking involving 2 cars. All right, in terms of speeds, we are still slow and go coming in from the East County, about 5 to 10 minutes, and then here's what it's looking like coming in from the North County headed south. Back to you guys. Out of the Bonita area, we have a crash on Bonita Road on the 805 North. This is actually a view once you get past the crash. So once you get past that incident, things start to improve as you make your way towards the 54. Let's go ahead and pull it up on the traffic maps. You could actually see a crawl coming in from Telegraph, H Street, as you make your way up to the 54. It's a small pocket of slowing. Once you get past the 54 into National City, you're at much improved speeds. About 25 to 40 minutes as you make your way northbound on the 5 and the 805 this morning. Again, we are tracking more slowing than normal coming in from San Ysidro to the 94 because of that crash on Bonita Road. All right, we'll be back after these messages. Do we have any lack of slowing coming in from the South Bay? In fact, this is what it looks like as you make your way northbound coming in from Chula Vista headed towards National City. I want to pull this camera south. That's the opposite way of where most folks are traveling. That is because we have a crash on the 805 South right at Bonita Road. Earlier, we had one on the northbound end. Now we have one on the southbound end to E Street. So if you're just waking up and you're traveling in from Bonita, Chula Vista, and you use the 805, maybe leave some time for travel. Just don't let it surprise you that there is slowing in congestion as you make your way towards National City this morning. 45 minutes, that's the overall drive time to get you in from San Ysidro up to the 94. Slowest speeds about 20-25 miles per hour or so. Eric? In the South Bay on the 805, notice how there's a lot of slowing southbound the opposite way of where most folks are going. We have back-to-back crashes on the 805. We also have one that we're tracking on the 5 North right at E Street involving 3 cars stop-and-go traffic down to about 8th Street. Up in the North County on the 15 right at Villa Rancho, we're also tracking another crash blocking the carpool lane involving a motorcycle that's on the 15 South at 9th Avenue. CBS8.com is where you can find more traffic and weather updates. We'll be back after this. All the way down to about 8th Street. Meanwhile, we have another crash, this one involving a motorcycle blocking this carpool lane in Escondido on the 15 South right at 9th Avenue. So it's here, and you can see that it's causing slowing even north of the 78 as you make your way in from Escondido. Maybe take some surface streets to get around that, but it's a small pocket of slowing, not going to set you back too much. 27 minutes to get you inbound from the 54 up to the 8. If you're traveling in from San Ysidro up to the 94, it'll take you about 40 minutes, speeds at about 25-30 miles per hour or so, and under 5 to get you across to Coronado in from downtown. We're still in the red. These are all of the drives coming in from the East County headed west, about 14 minutes to get you in from Santee this morning towards Tierra Santa. If you're traveling in from Oceanside, we're at a little bit of a crawl, 25 minutes to get you down to Encinitas, and about an 18 to 25 minute ride on both the 15 coming in from Escondido, and then full span of the 78 in from the 15. Back to you guys. All right, 8:12. Let's go ahead and I would say something on a lighter note, but unfortunately we're tracking a fair share of slowing on our major freeways. We'll go ahead and start in the South Bay and then work our way northward. We have a crash in the Central Divide. This is in Chula Vista on the 5 North right after E Street. It's causing some slowing all the way down to about H Street. There's already slowing on this stretch, so no surprise there, but that may tackle on additional timing as you head out the door in from Chula Vista. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the north now. We miles per hour. So we're also seeing some slow and go coming in from Oceanside to Encinitas, about a 25-minute ride on the 5 South. Speeds down to about 35 miles per hour. So anywhere between 7 to 21 minutes to get you westbound in from the East County. This is coming in from the College Avenue. And then this is as you make your way westbound in from Lemon Grove to downtown. So far, so good. It could be worse coming in from Santee. Overall, 15-minute ride in from Santee as you make your way towards Tierra Santa. Let's go ahead and start off in the South Bay, where we are continuing to follow a crash in the Central Divide, J Street. This crash also just came in. This is in the College area on the 8 West. It may set you back a little bit as you're coming in from Lake Murray, headed westbound towards the 15 connector. And then we still have this one that's active, a motorcycle crash blocking the carpool lane in Escondido on the 15. This is south right at 9th Avenue. In fact, here's a look at the slowing due to that incident. All right, CBS.com is where you can find more traffic and weather alerts. We'll be back after these messages. This crash blocking the carpool lane on the 15 South right at 9th Avenue. All right, here's what it looks like in the North County on the 15 right at Valley Parkway as you make your way in from the Escondido neighborhood. And then here are your travel times coming in from the North County. 20 minutes in from Escondido to the 163 merge, about 25 minutes as you make your way in from Oceanside to Encinitas. Full span of the 78 from the 15 to the 5 will take you about 20 minutes. And if you're traveling in from the East County headed west, about 6 to 12 minutes coming in from Lemon Grove as well as the College area. 13 minutes, meanwhile, full span of the 52 from Santee towards Tierra Santa. Eric?
All right, so head here.